So what can be said about Turnip Boy robs a bank that hasn't already been said? Hopefully some content. I mean, it's not even been out a week yet. The second instalment from developers Snoozy Kazoo, published by Graffiti Games, shows our titular cruciferous character enlisted by Dilatini and other members of the Pickled Gang, Twin 1, Annie, Raphael, who has become Robocop, and Twin 2, to take advantage of the events from the first game not 2 days prior. They want to rob a bank, specifically Stinky's bank. Now if you want to go into this game spoiler free, this is where you should click off. The game operates in a rather cyclical way. At the top of each level, you crash into the bank's lackluster lobby and make your way deeper into this grand space to shake down patrons and take out enemies as you progress. You can also find food folk on your journey who require some help, like getting payment for a commissioned painting to everyone's favourite streamer, SlateQueen32, ruining art and sticking it to the man with a red crayon in hand, or, oh god, giving Stinky a drawing from his son after he left to get milk? Jesus fucking Christ. At the top of the screen shows a timer, always telling you how long you have to ransack the place before it becomes overrun by the Fuzz, whose sole mission is to take you down. If you can escape before you lose your hit points, you take all the cash you could hold in your bag, as well as any trinkets you found along the way, giving cash boosts from $50 to $1 million. If not, you get the consolation prize of half the cash you stole in the bank. The longer you stay after the timer runs out, the higher your star level and the more Fuzz come and try to stop you, until Stinky... let me show these minutes here. Oh, gasses out the whole bank. Upon your escape, you return to the weapon warehouse, the HQ of the Pickle Gang, where you can trade in weapons to get better starting weapons, buff up from Robo Raphael's shelf shop, Christ, or surf the dark web and get some hot items that either help you in the robbery, such as C4 or a pickaxe, or help some people inside the bank, like this body pillow for a goblin, yes I did just say that, or a disposable camera. Just don't click on that tab. For fuck's sake, now you've done it. The rooms within the bank don't change, but there are numerous elevators that can take you to a random floor, like an office, a vault, the other side, ruled by Cran,
Oh my god, she's literally ruling over the pits of hell right now.
or the sad old room of the loneliest NPC I have ever seen. A lot of these food folk can be spoken to, oftentimes giving a quest of sorts, which will reward you with a hat or a funky little rock guy, which you can give to the sad lady in place of actual human contact. Each of these rewards come with their own level of character and charm.
There's a fucking frog on my head. Hell yeah, translates frog, kinda that's right.
Also I got the title of Sir from a Goblin King, and now I'm addressed as Sir Turnip Boy for the rest of the game. Every character you can interact with has a level of, well, character. It feels like I was constantly being introduced to new people who are all in on the same joke. I got given a mythical artifact from one guy and it's literally just a Garfield mug. Then there's this DJ who is just a save point from Dark Souls, but gives you music for harvesting souls for him, and it took me way too long to realise that.
It's a sword in the ground. What else could it have been?
The sprites in an art style you remember from the days of tax evasion, even seeing a lot of familiar faces, but I have to take a minute to shout out the bosses. On your journey through the game, you'll face 4 bosses in the deep corners of the bank. The Sergeant Yeehaw, the Rotten Junkie Candy Apple, the Idiot Incarnate Mecha Chad, and this abomination called Uncle Rigsby, the true owner of the bank. I think it is just the true owner. It is at this point that I'd like to mention that Uncle Rigsby is a man sandwich, or manwich, I guess, and Mecha Chad tries to distract you with a slime tutorial and a soap cutting video. After fighting all these bosses, you confront Stinky himself and his motherlode, where it is revealed that he put the hit out on your dad and find a box containing a picture of you two, a hat, and a gun. So what is the logical way to get revenge on Stinky? Send the bank to space, of course! You make a dash back through the boss spots, placing a rocket at each location and blast off. Only to then be confronted by a space worm thing, so you have to dash around once again, shutting the boosters off, where a Vocaloid performance plays in the background, effectively describing what you're doing. Once they're off, it's time to hit the center console and fight this thing. Except it's not, and it's actually time for Dillatini to drive his van into the space worm. I honestly had a great time with Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, playing through from start to finish in one sitting, which took just over 4 hours, and then 100%ing the game after another hour. And there's still a lot that I didn't get to cover in the video. If you come along for the comparison, this game to me is like if Hotline Miami had a child with Payday whilst listening to Kids Bop. If you don't come along for the comparison, it's just a great game that unironically started 2024 off very well with gaming for me, and I for one look forward to whatever the little guy does next.